Welcome back to another Wednesday. Now, this time, I'm going to use the same title that I've used with Oscars last championship, The Last Dance. Well, this is actually more fitting, because this is Mikhail Botvinnik's last insane performance in such a caliber competition. Now, I have to, tell you a little bit of a disclaimer. Tal was a little bit sick. He had some health issues at this time. But Botvinnik said that unless Tal gets cleared, or, not cleared to play, by Moscow doctors and not by Latvian doctors in Riga, well, technically they were all Soviets, but you know what I'm saying. Unless he was, cleared by doctors in Moscow, he will have to play the match. And Tal said, "Well, I'm gonna play the match because I beat you once. I'm gonna beat you again." I don't know if he was that confident or arrogant. Dare I say? Probably not. I think he respected Botvinnik. Nonetheless, Botvinnik did put on a show, and he began with taking the lead early, and he had a two-game lead a little bit of this match. This is game number 7. Botvinnik has the white pieces, and he's going to play an enjoyment. He allows for an enjoyment to be played, and this is now the Semish variation, f3, accelerated, and as you can see, right, black attacks the c4 pawn, white defends it, f3, mark of the Semish, and white has the second. Obviously, black goes b5, and I think we have seen this variation somewhere before. If not in this series, I have definitely seen either position that looks really close to this one, or even this exact position. Bishop g5, of course, the threat was e5, so h6, you try to keep the bishop out. We have an intermediate check, and only now the bishop goes to h4. This check here serves as, an immense pressure. And you're going to see why soon, as black goes d takes on e4, and now the variations are crazily complicated. If you take the pawn, saying, okay, you cannot take because I got the spin, not so fast, g5. You go back, and now I can take the pawn, and now it's only one move, and I'm going to show you why. Rook e1, it seems like it pins the knight to the king, right? But f5, just f5, and somehow black is up a pawn. He's gonna literally castle in this position, defend everything, and simply have a much better position. Like, what is white gonna do? The spin is kind of awfully placed here. Kind of has a target, but not really. And then you gotta play b5 anyways. This rook it's doing something, but not really, and that's gonna take you a long time to activate this rook right here. So let's say you thought of a move like knight h3, right? You're trying to play knight f2, maybe trade. As I said, just castles. Knight f2, you want to trade. Oh, that's nice. Now I can take the pawn. And you might think, oh, isn't this... No, it's not. It's not doing anything because knight just comes back. Now I'm up 2 pawns. I'm up 2 pawns. I'm winning, right? At this level, being up 2 pawns in this position is equal to winning. So here, right, after knight takes e4, the only move is bishop takes on b8, but why? Why is this the case? Because first of all, if you take the bishop right away, check, and I win your knight, right? I forgive you. So you have to play queen f6 check, right? You have to defend your pawn. So now knight f3, and here, if you try to go g4, you're lost because of bishop e5, and now you cannot keep defending both this and also maintaining the pin on the knight. So if you play something like queen e6, keeping the on the c6 pawn, now just b5. Just an example, after queen takes, we can play rook d1, the bishop is defended. If you go back, it's just bishop takes on h8, and right, I can play bishop takes on h8 even right away. Actually not. Actually I cannot play that because of takes, and now this, it becomes a problem. And that's why this whole sequence is needed, because now I can take, and after g takes, I can take back, because after queen h3 check, I can just run and run and run, and you don't have anything. Because, right, I can just go here, and now you don't have this check anymore that would have had in the other condition because the rook was not here. So, rook e1. I came back all the way with this position, I should say. So he took, right? No takes, because obviously very complicated stuff. Rook e1, keep it simple. The pawn is pinned, we're gonna pick it up later. So g5. And now Tal went a little bit too aggressive. Tal kind of figured out, well, in those kind of positions, g5, and then I somehow push, and then I made keep, and then but it's not the same position. Here you have to adapt. You have to play knight b to b7 or b5 to speak out the queen. But instead, Tal goes a little bit too aggressive, and now he's stuck defending a pawn that he has no business defending. Like, he should have just let that pawn go. And now it's even worse, because you cannot take it. Knight f4 or knight g3, and you lose the queen, right? So now Tal goes b5. The queen goes back again. Too much pressure on this pawn, and Tal picks up another pawn. h4. Amazing understanding by Botvinnik. Knight g3 is not a bad move, but it kind of gives black a little bit of time to breathe. You take the center, yes, but black can go long castles. Black is still worse, but it's not as bad as it is with h4. Because now you're still gonna have a little bit of a fight. c4, b4, and then maybe black gets somehow the pieces activated. But h4 is such a clinical move, because now you put pressure on this. So h takes, it's basically a really big threat, because you cannot take back, and I'm just gonna get my material back, and the center, and the pass pawn, and everything. Right, so just to show you, h takes, you cannot take back. This is hanging, and then if you play knight e5, okay, I'm just gonna take everything. Okay, maybe e3, maybe I don't take it right away, but maybe I just take here in the center, keep your knight out, knight e7, and I'll just take it. Or take the rook. But you get the point. So that's why Tal took the pawn here. But okay, bishop takes, puts pressure on the knight, and the knight has to defend. Knight comes to g3 now, and the pawn is pinned again, so long castles, and now knight takes, reinforcing the pin on the knight, right, pin to the rook. And now black is still up a pawn, but you can see how this is gonna turn around, and quite quickly. King f2, and now we have a trade. White has a superb center. f6 blocks. That was the only move to not lose the exchange. But now rook e1, because the rooks are connected. Rook takes, and you can have my pawn. But you see, not all pawn trades are made equal. Check. You have to block with the knight, because if you go, for example, king b7 loses rook, but if you go king c7, there's only one winning move here. There's only one, but it's beautiful. Bishop to g3, and well, if you move the king, you lose the rook, so you have to block. But now you lose this, and then the knight. And well, you can claim that you have two pawns for the piece, but in this position, it's actually not all that helpful, because I have to get 3. And if you go rook c4, I'm just gonna take the pawn, and now you're gonna lose everything. So it actually doesn't matter. It's gonna be a piece up. So that's why Tal tried knight b8, but still bishop to g3, attacking the knight, king b7, defending that, but now just rook to a1, rook h to a1. This is almost checkmate. Almost. Actually, Botvinnik plays obviously the better move. Here, you can check like this, but it doesn't really get you to a straight destination. This does get you to an exact destination, because look at that, that's a mating net right here. And Botvinnik exploits that. He just takes a knight, and now you cannot take back. This would be checkmate in 1. So that's why Tal tries before, but at this point the game is already lost, and he resigns as it's still a mating that you cannot stop before. Check. Mate. And that brings us to game number 8. I forgot to reset the game. Apologies. You got a little bit of a spoiler, but again, we're gonna do it like this. I'm not gonna tell you the colors, although you can correctly identify the colors because you know the colors from the last game. But okay, no problem. Comment down below if you have seen the spoilers and have always installed the very easy riddle of who was playing which color. And I'm gonna say it during the game. So we have a Caro-Kann, and we have a Botvinnik system of the Caro-Kann. I think this is kind of self-explanatory. queen to g4, right? The player with the white pieces, okay, I'm just gonna say, Mikhail Tal, played queen g4. Queen g4 is basically designed to stop bishop takes e5 because you would lose this pawn. So yeah, it's basically hindering the movement of the bishop. And here, well, if you're wondering why Botvinnik didn't choose to give a check, well, queen g4 actually is a multi-purpose move. You can go b4. You don't have to block the check. You can go b4, defended by the queen. So queen g4 is actually a quite nice sideline. It's not played all that often, but it still has, some really good names, such as Magnus himself. He played this once against he played against Daniel Narvisi. But coming back to our game, Botvinnik is gonna attack this pawn once. Now, small interruption later, the knight is defending the pawn right here. And now, queen to c7, right? You're gonna attack the pawn once again. So Tal defends it by pinning the knight. And we have now this trade. And here basically Tal goes bishop e3, defending this pawn one last time before, having to give up the bishop. The thing is, in this position, if you don't make this trade, if you, let's say, move the queen out of the way, now you lose the pawn, right? You lose everything that you fought for, and if you're going to say, oh, but queen g3, yeah, knight f5. And you're going to have to play, okay, let's see, you want to desperately keep the pressure at h6, and you're going to be forced to f4, right? But now g5, and it's even worse. So let's say you're a pretty wise man, and you go to f4, right? Wait, how much going to take? I'm going to take, and I'm coming for you. It's completely reversed the roles. I have the bishop pair. My bishop is going to get alive really soon, and I'm just going to have a much better position. So that's why Tal immediately takes the knight, right? Even though it's bishop for a knight trade, and now he finally gives up his pawn. But he has something Botvinnik doesn't. Botvinnik has the bishop pair, yes, but Tal has pressure. c4. Botvinnik tries long castles, and now you don't rush to take, actually. The queen takes, and the king is safe. The king is entirely safe. You keep the pawn here, because if, like ever there's to take, knight takes, and he's not going to be really happy. So that's why Botvinnik tries to move the king. He tries to move the king, and now queen h4. And this queen h4 move is again quite nice, geometry speaking, because it puts pressure on the rook, it defends this against the potential bishop c5. Basically, it disallows black from taking the pawn, and it's still defending the c4 pawn. So that's why, not that's why, that wasn't a continuation. Botvinnik plays a5. Pretty sensible move, trying to stop white from further advancing with b4. But white is gonna do that. Well, not before, but he's still gonna get c5, right? That's the whole plan of white, c5. And now, yes, now you cannot take the pawn, obviously it's defended by the knight and the rook. But even in this position, you cannot really take the pawn, because now b4, and I move that you're trying to stop. Well, I'm just gonna play that b6. You cannot defend, but you're barely defending. I'm gonna take the pawn. Material is equal, and good luck, my friend, defending this position. I'm gonna double this. I'm gonna pick this up. I'm just gonna come back. I'm just gonna have a nice position. Your king is wide open against my rooks, right? So, the pawn is actually not for the taking. So what are you gonna do? Rook c8. Okay, it makes sense. You want to move your queen, and then you get a trade, get the pawn, and consolidate. But you're not fast enough. b4. a takes, b takes. And again, you cannot take this b4, and now this is pinned, right? This is pinned. So queen goes back. You have a trade, no problem. d4. And Botvinnik has not made a useful move in like 10 moves. Look at all of these pieces. They are trash. All these pieces are trash. This bishop is not impressing anyone. This bishop is worse than the other bishop. And, this rook is kind of pressuring this. This would be bad. So, you know what I'm hinting at. Rook g4, we try to b5. You try to activate, but it's just too solid. The knights guard each other. And b5 you're gonna play c6. Okay, you temporarily stop c6, but c6. This don't really stop c6. Captures, I just take back. And this would be GG's. So Botvinnik tries to go back and now hopes for something like this. This would actually be a draw. He would actually have some better chances because White loses all of his advantage because he has no more pressure on the queen side. Instead of that, Tal obviously much better than that, plays with c2, prepares to just defeat Botvinnik on a5. Bishop g7, right, but again, leads to nothing in the end. He even wins a pawn, but again, it's good for nothing. In the end, 97 check, beautiful way to end the game. Obviously, this is impossible, so king g7 would have been your move, but now b6, and you're actually just playing either c takes on b7, or you could also play c takes on b7. That would make the more sense. And now for rook takes, you just make queen. And if you want to take the knight, well, I'm just going to take, and now it's either you take and I make a queen, or you stay here, and now I play a beautiful move to rook c8, you take me, and now rook a8, and now I go to a queen. And if you're gonna play c7, I'm obviously not gonna take like this and blunder the whole game. Now, I just want to show you a really nice game. Overall, we'll do. Oh man, me and spoilers today. Oh, come on. Okay. So Botvinnik basically was better throughout the whole match. And okay, possibly because of Tal's health issues, but he eventually won the match 13-8 with 2 games to spare. It was not really a hard match, but they outplayed Tal, outprepared Tal, and was just better. So I'm just gonna show you a really fun game real quick. Hopefully I can keep this under 20 minutes. Maybe. We have a tarot card, the Tal variation, right? The Tal has a lot of pieces, we have the Tal variation, and Botvinnik sets up in a really nice way. He trades here, and you can see Tal looking for the imbalance. He doesn't go queen takes, right? He doesn't go queen takes, c5, blah blah, we know the play. He goes c takes, and now keeps an insane imbalance. Knight comes back, you want to pressure the pawn. g6, okay, I don't need to pressure that anymore. I'm gonna exploit the dark square weaknesses that you left behind by moving the pawn. Botvinnik says not so fast. I'm gonna go back with my knight, set up a nice trade here. I'm gonna trade the bishop. Now there's no more dark square weaknesses to exploit. Look at Tal! Has 4 pawns on 2 files. Double pass pawns in the center. It's crazy, but he has the open f file, and you might use it. e4 to stop the knight from coming in, and if you dare to take, now you're just well, actually, knight takes would actually be better, but this taking here is definitely relieving too much tension. Plus, you don't mind being taken because you have 2 ways of recapturing, and you can decide to capture either the c or the d pawn. In this position, capturing with the c pawn would not be all that good because white would get the open c file, and you cannot really fight for it. And obviously, the guy with the open file and that's controlling it, he's going to have an advantage. So we take the e. Okay, queen a5 now, threatening to infiltrate here a little bit. So Botvinnik stops that, and it seems like Botvinnik is slowly regaining his space. So queen goes back, no queen trade. Tal says no queen trade. Rook comes in, and he has to try something, right? He's losing the match. This is game number 20. Knight g4, knight back to f1, castles, knight g3. And you see, it's interesting. Botvinnik doesn't just trade, because now f5, and now okay, maybe rook g3, maybe you have some annoying moves. f5 right away, and now you cannot take it, and you cannot take it here. Because I take, and take. And now this one is weak. I'm gonna double the rooks. I'm the one who controls it. So Tal plays g3, knight h2, and now after a little bit of a dance later, both players kind of arrive to their desired structures. We have a queen trade. Now Tal is going to try to pressure Botvinnik on the queen side. So they're going to trade knights, and as I told you, Tal is going to try to pressure here. Rook h1, maybe they were close to time travel, so I suspect that Tal played this move, trying to be safe and get to time control. And now, as you can see, Botvinnik nicely reroutes his knight, but Tal is just in time to defend everything here in the center, and b4, king a7, and now we finally have a trick. But Botvinnik evaluated this as drawing. Can he be proved wrong though? Rook e8, king comes in, because here, if you immediately go rook b1, now rook e7, and it's gonna be damn annoying to take that pawn. So something like this happens actually. Here a5, by the way, is the only move that actually doesn't lose. Because if you play something else, now I just take a pawn, if you move the rook. If you move the rook back, I just go king e5, and you're basically stuck in an infinite loop moving the rook. Because if you ever try to move the king, well, now I can play rook b2, I can come over on this side. I'm always like it's one step ahead, plus the king can go in. So a5 is a mandatory move that Botvinnik has to play. King e4 still keeping all the tension there, and now what a nice move. Rook b5, the pawn is pinned, and finally Tal h3, and now finally he's going to take the pawn. So Tal is up a pawn, but can he win it? He's up 2 pawns. Okay, the pawn is going, and you have to come back and start with the rook. Then you're gonna have to give up a pawn. If you play rook h1 here, rook h1, rook h8, and you might not be able to get any more progress. You're done. Rook h4, and Tal I think was scared off simply because if you go king b5, it's a little bit scary to lose all of these pawns. But it's still winning. It's still winning, definitely. But it's not the easiest decision to make from a distance. And he also decides to give up a pawn, take this one, and just have a way to defend here. Gives a couple of checks, and now pushes the e pawn. We have takes, and now the pawn gets pushed one more time. And now he realizes, well, okay, I'm not going to be able to promote this, so I'm just going to sacrifice the pawn and get that pawn. I'm still up a pawn. I'm going to push my a pawn now. Okay, a couple moves later, you will find the right configuration, you dance around with the roots a little bit, you cannot take the pawn because this will be going to promote. And, right, just a couple moves later, Tal decides, okay, I've had enough of this setup, a7, and I'm just going to get out and win your c pawn. So now Botvinnik has to defend against that. So he pushes. He pushes the pawn, he gets the queen, but you see, Botvinnik has the perfect setup. The pawn covers e4, and the rook covers the whole f5. And whenever you try to attack the rook, well, you just gotta be careful not to go rook e4 check, not king h3. And even if you take the pawn f6, and I might have some chances. I'm not saying I'm winning, but I might have some chances. But Tal was simply unable to push. And then at some point, he was lost in this whole trading one pawn for another. But it's just a really nice, fun game. And the game lasted 121 moves. What a crazy game. On that note, an alarm that indicates the time that I should be done with the recording. Hopefully you made it through the whole video. I'll see you on in the next one. Kowalsky.